yeah, you wouldn't want to fall down this hole 4 metres, you wouldn't be able to get out.
Well folks, Peter here on behalf of the Matt channel, checking out the development block and the shed. So it started, progress has started. In between showers of rain, I think we had 40 mils on Thursday. It's now Tuesday, they're talking about another 40 mils tomorrow, so that's about a 4 to 5 day turnaround. So that makes it pretty hard to deal with stuff. Anyway, that's this is the pad. They're the uprights that have been laid out, ready to go, just waiting on a telehandler to assemble all the bits and pieces. So yes, just a quick, the slab's gone down well, just beat the rain when it went down. Had to come back the next morning after the rain just to finish it off, which was interesting, difficult, but that's what we're faced with at the moment. Anyway, if we get a 2 or 3 sunny days together, we might see some progress. Good morning, beautiful day. We've got some action happening. We've got one man there starting to assemble a shed. So I'm going to attempt to just leave this. I've got to go do something else, and I'm going to try and leave a time lapse going here so we can just see what's going on. About to knock off for the day. The man that's been building the shed has done a pretty fair job. Got a lot of the skeleton in place, so he's knocked off and gone home, and he'll probably be back tomorrow. Anyway, it's looking good, looking good. All right, in the meantime, I'm over and out.
Well, g'day guys, I'm back here at the development block. It's been about 4 weeks since I've been here, and it's yeah, it's looking really good. Now there's a bit of an issue that we've had, and it's a little bit annoying because now the weather is good, but what's happened is when the shed was delivered, there was a few bits and pieces missing. Part of them is the cross bracing, for the sidewalls. So basically you can't put any of the sheets on because there's bits and pieces missing to do with bracing and that. So we've got probably another week before we get hit with a fair bit more rain. So we're really, it's not great timing to I guess figure out that we've got stuff missing, but a lot of the time, that's the only time you do find out. So that is the story there. And the other thing I thought I would mention is we did get a few comments of people saying why wasn't the pad poured after the shed was in, and in a lot of circumstances that does make it a lot easier, and you don't run into the issues with the getting rain on the concrete pad. But a couple of things is a lot of shed manufacturers don't actually warrant the shed if you pour a pad in it, because what happens is you've got your tin and everything gets down in there along the side, and it can rust out the tin and a bit of that sort of stuff. So that is one reason. There is a couple others, but people a lot smarter than me made that call. So that was the reason for that. But it come up pretty good. There's a little bit of like for what it was, it's a lot better. So it's had a little Manitou and a little that little scissor lift thing there all on this, screwing around and doing all that sort of stuff, and it hasn't peeled up or none of that sort of things happened. So I think it's going to be fine. But it is a pretty big shed. It's probably hard to get the perspective on the camera, but it is. It's got a decent size about it, and these openings are really good, nice and wide. And then we've got this 6 metre awning above us here, so it's freestanding on this end, so that makes it just a lot easier. We don't have those extra poles, so we can come in, park something out the front here, and that'll be all undercover. So if it's raining or whatever and we just want to quickly duck in here to dump something on there, we can. So that is that. But what I will probably do, I might even throw the drone up in a little bit. I might even park a ute or something in there just to get a bit of perspective of how big it is. By no means is it a massive shed. It's probably a pretty standard size machinery shed, but the reason why the pad is so big is on the back side of the shed, down the track, we've made it so we can add another section on the back. So just for extra storage of stuff or whatever we want. So that's why the pad is pretty big. So guys, I think it's time for the grand reveal of the shed. I think it's done, pretty well done. A little bit of gutter work still needs to be done, but I think it's good enough to do the reveal. So there it is. She's all sheeted in, making the Steiger look pretty small. And this overhead awning is just, the freestanding awning is just great. We actually contemplated down the track we should just do that the whole way down, but we can fit both headers front to back in one bay, and there's only just the tip of the auger sticking out on the rear header. And it'll be same with the dozers if we want, but we probably won't put the earth moving gear in here. Generally speaking, they've never seen a shed in their life so far, so it'll probably be better used, this space, to house some of the agricultural stuff that is a bit more prone to weather damage. So we'll try and get some drone footage of it, and yeah, it's coming along, and it's going to be a really good thing for us. So with this shed, we wanted the obviously the pad to be big enough to work on and do a fair bit of stuff on there, which it'd be lovely to have this set up at the main farm. But if you watched the previous shed preparation videos, you'll see when we put the pad down and all the stuff that happened around that. But we put an extra 600mm strips of concrete down the centre here, or actually off to the side a little bit, somewhere here. We're going to mark them so we know where to drive the dozers if we ever put the dozers on. But there was a lot of people that commented different ways that we should have done this and that, and that's all good to have ideas. The main reason we sort of had to do it rushed was we weren't anticipating putting the dozers on the concrete. There was suggestions of putting steel beams all through there. The reality is we don't really anticipate ever really needing to have a dozer on the concrete here, maybe once a year or something. And what we're going to do is, once we go along these where the thick concrete is, we'll put the conveyor belting down on top so we don't chip the concrete or damage it, and it also is higher, what do they call it, higher pressure rated concrete. There is a name there, I've totally forgotten, but those who know will know. So yeah, it should be plenty strong enough to hold it, because there's almost a total of like 800mm, maybe a bit more, under where the dozer tracks will sit. So yeah, that should all be good. Again, we're not going to be running dozers in here every day. That's not our plan, but it just gives us the option if we've got major work to do to it, like what we did with Tiny One up at the main farm. We could just run it in here on the concrete, plenty of space on the concrete. You're not getting dirty, dusty, rolling around in the dirt. So that's pretty well it. I don't know anything else with the grand plans for like setting up as a workshop, but I'm sure there'll be different things in here so we can work on stuff, so tools and that sort of thing. Benches, we'll have to figure that out, but yeah, I think that's going to be it for the whole shed series. Now, I do apologise if I had known the shed was going to take this long to go up. I wouldn't have done it as a separate series. I probably would have just incorporated it into the normal videos, but I thought it would be a quick succession of videos that all had a theme, but it didn't work out like that. So this one's been a fair bit delayed. But anyway, that's just how it is. Just going to be nice not working in the scorching sun down here like we have had to previously. If you enjoy the videos, just hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you in the next one.